Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Grim Reaper back with another session of I don't know. I don't know, bro. I think it's been like 4 days since I last dropped a video, and I'm not gonna bullshit you. It's not for any like activist reason or anything like that. No, it's just, bro. The chapter. Where's the chapter at, bro? Where is chapter at, dog? Bro, I'm tired, bro. If we really want to get mad about some shit, bro, where this chapter at, bro? Where this chapter, bro? So you got time to play around, bro. This nigga out there on Twitter, shit posting on Twitter, bro. If Murata wasn't God, bro. If Murata wasn't God, bro. Let me not even say it. Let me not even say that shit, bro. Let me not even say that shit, bro. Let me not even say that shit, cause niggas later on go get a clip of this and play it in Discord. Cause I'm tripping. But first, or like the only real thing that I came to say was that the chapter's supposed to drop this week. So the news sources that we use on Twitter, Murata dropped a tweet saying that he has about 10 pages or less about 2 days ago. So not yesterday. I guess I want to say yesterday. So yesterday's when it dropped, and then we were expecting it today, but it's for me to type the title the entire week. It seems very, very likely that either on the regular release schedule, which is on Friday, I believe, or we might get it on a Monday, that we should get either 132 or the Phoenix Man redraws. Now, my positioning, me personally, I think that because the volume has to be released, and the Phoenix redraws were for the volume, that we might get that before we actually get to chapter 132. It could be flip-flop. We could get 132, and then the Phoenix redraw will be at a later date. Maybe not even next week. Maybe not even in like a vicinity or a reasonable time period when the volume releases. That being said, I don't usually advertise for them, but like you can pre-order your volumes already. If you guys purchase volumes or you want to purchase the latest volume, but I did a lot of work with it, and it's going to contain the Phoenix Man fight, one of the best fights in the series so far. So you can pre-order that if you want to get that ahead of time. If you're a volume collector, it's amazing. Keep it up. We know that Murata and the company have invested in like the cover pages or the actual covers, spectacular. And when you collect the volumes, they all work in tandem or they're a unison photo on some occasions. So there is value in actually like not necessarily value, but like you will definitely appreciate buying the volume and supporting the artist, supporting this entire storyline. It's how they make money. So definitely check that endeavor if you want to do that. But I guess we could talk about like hold on, let me make sure the video's out and stuff. Hold up, bruh. You gonna drop that link. Alright. Then alright, here we go. Let's get it popping. Alright, so for the rest of this video, I guess we could just talk about anything. I guess we could talk about like there has been some like some controversy in Discord in regards to Melzigard and and Goketsu, which we were discussing on links. And we actually we went almost live one time in the process of doing it, but one of the individuals in Discord didn't want to actually debate. He wasn't prepared, he said, so he backed out. But yeah, I'm super excited for the Phoenix Man redraws. Should be spectacular. I'm super excited with the with 132 that's going to come out. I'll be honest with you, the hype that could come with the redraws, especially with this one not leaked, but like a spoiler-ish, like hint-ish page that Murata it's a redraw sketch that Murata released of Phoenix Man with his hands like this, like offset like this. Coincidentally, somebody else's hands was offset like that. So just to like the hints, just bring the hype for the fight so high up. I'm potentially predicting from that sketch. Hey, it was good, Colin Taylor. What's going on, bro? I'm predicting that Phoenix Man might pull out with a Nova variant of his own. Now, hey, bro, that's 100% headcanon. I'm just going off that one sketch picture that you can find on Murata's Twitter, or you can go into the Discord, and you can follow me on Twitter too. The link is in the description. You can get all this link below. But hey, bro, I ain't hear no contradicting evidence to that. Like, if it's not gonna happen, then okay, it's fine. Yeah, but it might happen. But then in regards to the hype for the remember to keep the chatting manga. Oh yeah, let's go to Nation One Nation. We'll give up. But in regards to the hype for chapter 1 through 2, personally, there's one or two things that are not to my liking, and that's why I'm comparing it to the redraws itself. Because normally a regular chapter release, niggas wouldn't really like hype a redraw in regards to regular chapter release. It would be everything. But like right now, well, hold on. Let me first reassert this. This is still an event. If y'all niggas haven't noticed, whenever a chapter releases, it's an event, bro. It's that thing. The parade starts, bro. Make sure you come to Discord. The link's in the description if you want to join the parade. But I've harped about this before. Sairochi's design is not it. That shit ain't it, my boy. Like, nah. Get that shit out of here, bro. To have a character that isn't pleasing aesthetically the entire time in the fight, it doesn't necessarily take away from the fight, but like, I guess you could say the hype is restricted, or like you're focusing on one character more than the other. There aren't really that many instances in One Punch Man where that happens. Maybe like when fodder are fighting, but they get taken out pretty quickly. But at the same time, a lot of fodder is actually pretty cool. Like they amazing designs. I take Darkest Blade, not necessarily one of the greatest designs, but a preferred design in the community or whatever. Trash, bro. The nigga's never won, bro. I think he loses the most out of most characters in the series. So I can definitely agree that design isn't everything, and sometimes even a good design is used for like other purposes, rather than like besides badass fights. But in this instance, I think I'm in the minority in regards to the my attraction to Sairochi. A lot of people have said the design is fine. It reminds me of Evangelion. It reminds me of that as well. And I've never seen the series, but it was like it's greatly acclaimed. I know people trash it as well, like critically sometimes, but not really any like anime critics. Those are just like people on YouTube dropping video essays and stuff that like you can vet yourself, you can do it yourself. There's no really authority on that. So not authority on any of this. Besides me. Yeah, nothing but facts, boy. Nothing but facts. Man. But yeah, man, it's just like that type of design. It's like if we take the example of Devil Executioner. I forgot what the first part of his name was. Whatever, but Devil Executioner, the guy that was good, Kid Rick. What's going on, boy? Hell yeah, man, I'm not gonna be that. We're gonna hop on him in a second, bro. I'm gonna hype on that nigga too in a second, bro. But what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, Devil Executioner. He had like it wasn't the coolest of designs like at all. It was really, really, really weird actually. I don't want to use the word Daedric because like that's the word that people have been using for Genos. But definitely like I don't know how like medieval. I don't know how you would really describe how he was looking. Like Devil Longhair didn't have the best design, but it was a weird and different design. But he was still okay. It wasn't the worst. Traded Blaze at the time and got bodied, but like a lot of people would. So I'm not trying to like downplay 132 just because Sairochi has a bad design, but like the design happens to matter. And I'm really, really excited to see when Sairochi and Orochi, or Saigos and Orochi are going to separate from each other, if that's going to be the case. Because it seems, the story implied that was going to be the case previously, so I'm anticipating that moment. So, I'm referring to Orochi's desire to not only get revenge on Saitama, but the manner in which he was going about gaining power. He was sucking up power, absorbing people and becoming stronger, and he was actually able to bring out his dragons without absorbing... I don't want to say without absorbing that much, but what he absorbed didn't seem that significant. So I'm assuming that it's mostly organic matter that he has to use in order to power up. And there really wasn't that much organic matter. A lot of the heroes, A lot of the monsters and fodder were already destroyed. Even though we did see a lot of them, we did see a good portion of them. It's not the majority of the of the fodder monsters. The Khazits are all busy at the moment, so he didn't really get a chance to take that many strong or potent individuals. And the organic matter that he did take was fodder like. So you wouldn't, if you were to like to compare the amount of biomatter that he absorbed, in contrast to the strength of his blast with those big old I swear, my boy. I swear, boy. Yeah. But if you were to compare how much like organic matter he absorbed and the size of his dragon heads, the blasts that they threw out, and how they were just like form up like that and just shoot out big ass cannons like that to fucking threaten and surprise Tatsumaki, it doesn't make sense. Not necessarily it doesn't make sense, but like it's not intuitive. Like you would intuit that like, oh, he didn't take that much mass. And it wasn't even really that strong, if that's going to matter. So he shouldn't really be able to threaten Tatsumaki that much. But he did. And he did. So I'm excited for the remains or the defeated Orochi to return in amplified form or in full force, wherever it may be. Whether he's still injured and still nerfed because of the previous encounter, whether this absorbing of Sairochi and all the other monsters around him is going to power him up. I'm excited to see a solo giving you hope, boy. I'm here for it, boy. You already know, Josh. The Lord has blessed us. He has. I don't know when, but it's coming. But yeah, bro. It's like we need him, bro. Like when Orochi stood up against Saitama bit and let off that, bro. That nigga just. Bruh, he just let off on Saitama, bruh. Sent that nigga to the other side of the base, bro. With them cannons, bruh. Them Orochi cannons, bro. Them Orochi cannons, bro. So we can't pretend like that little spiral 4-beam blast that was, okay. It ain't fodder like. That shot up to the top of the association base, chasing at the Tatsumaki. That's not more impressive than the Orochi situation. Not at all. I didn't look it, and I didn't feel the tension for it either. None of that shit. Low key, this may be speculative. This may be controversial, what I'm about to say next. The fact that Giro and Psychos both got humiliated and bodied by Tatsumaki on her own may have served to downplay the tension of the fight when she did get out of position. Because we weren't expecting it. And honestly, it didn't seem real to me. Like that blood that was coming from her fist or whatever. And then the fact that she was able to lift the base immediately after and took such tremendous, like, unrestricted action immediately as she was freed. Like, thank God, King. And then, fucked him over and then lifted the entire base, man. The entire base. Like, that's not a person who was just getting bodied, bruh. And she was. We cannot argue that. Not only have we never seen a technique like Sairochi did to Tatsumaki, but it still doesn't necessarily even make sense in the context of the story. Like, we've never seen anything of that grasp before. This is one of the few instances in this arc where we're actually seeing the intricacies of what it means to be psychic, of telepathy and stuff like that. Psychos can not only communicate, but she's shooting beams out of her eyes. She can fly. She can lift things. She can increase the amount of gravity in the area. She can put you in a little box of like some psychic box where it's a shape in the air, but it's not really a shape there. Like all kinds of uses of powers from Giro and Psychos that have been amazing. She's truly a high dragon, and if we want to call her a regular dragon or a mid dragon or a 2 dragon, whatever it is, because of other factors, fine. But her capabilities, bro, she's a real threat. But not up against Tatsumaki. And sure, we could even have an argument or a discussion where we're addressing the fact that maybe the only person who can fight Sairochi because of her power, not because they're not strong enough, because of how her power works, is Tatsumaki. There aren't very many individuals who are just going to have a great time against psychic users. Even Neon himself was surprised when he saw a Gear Spur pull out the fucking buildings and turn the rubble into like spears and throw them or whatever. He was impressed that was a psychic user. That's rare, but it wasn't really significant. And he was able to deal with it without much trouble because of how his power works. So like I said, it's not that other monsters or other heroes can't or couldn't fight Sairochi or Giro. It's just that psychic powers are a different matchup and they're special compared to most of the powers. Most of the powers. You can name one or two ones that are like pretty badass out there that are like maybe you could even call them hacks or like important or like worthy of mentioning, but Sairochi is strong in regards to everybody else, but because we still don't know the cap, the top, even the range of Tatsumaki's power, that's an issue. We could definitely call her above dragon or whatever the rank that people make up or whatever. But like, it still doesn't necessarily depict exactly what's going on. Like, I know how strong Orochi is. I not only saw him holding back up against Goro and still putting up a great display. Just make Atomic hit his three. Fuck out of here with that. Hold on, let me finish the statement, Shinkex. Not only have like damn, I forgot what I was about to say. Damn, bro, I'm gonna start reading your nigga shit, bro. Yeah, she was putting in a middle amount of effort so she would not injure the kid, but as soon as he was saved time, high def this shit and crush it. Yeah. Like I was saying before, damn, what the fuck was I saying before? I guess we're just elaborating upon like how we've seen Orochi, we've seen him up against Goro holding back, and we've seen him being serious up against Saitama. We know somewhat at least as to what the range of his power is. We know what the max is at least, and we know at least the bottom tier, like the bottom map. Like if you were to see it like as a percentage bar from 0 to 100%, we've seen the first 30 to 40%, maybe even 25, but I'd stick with 30. And we've also seen the last 70%. We've seen all of that. We've seen it. It's just that in between that we don't necessarily know about it, and there really isn't that much of a need for it. We could say that the first portion that he saw up against Goro was him being okay, but that's too far. It's far-fetched to say, especially when Goro matched Darkshine. Sure, he was gonna beat him, but Darkshine got right back up and nothing happened. So we can safely say that Goro is about at the same level, if not just a bit stronger than Darkshine right now. And Sairochi just played with him. So I'm waiting for it. All in all, to summarize what this entire point was about just then, I want a better design for Sairochi, or I want Orochi to separate from Psychos. That's what I want. Either in this chapter or in the next chapter, but the storyline has to continue forward with them being separate, because that design, that shit ain't it, bro. Somebody mentioned a Metal Bat earlier. I'm super excited for Metal Bat coming back as well. Bro, just the way he fights, bro. Like his fight, people were okay. I heard this point before, and I'm not sure how to take it. I don't necessarily accept it, but like I have thought about it. How they were saying that the Metal Bat fight was really to show off Metal Bat, not necessarily Goro. And that may be why some individuals are like overhyping him. But I don't necessarily think it's overhype. I can agree that that fight showed a lot for Metal Bat. And it was his indication. If you guys have noticed, you should have noticed, all the heroes so far are getting this like little fodder, then demon, then dragon run through. I guess we can call it a treatment, arc, saga, however you want to put it. But that's basically how it is. They run into some fodder monsters, some tigers, some wolves, maybe even some demons, sure, and they beat them. That's what Metal Bat did. And then you move on to the next level, to the next threat, to the stronger threat. And usually it either happens in succession or a bit after each other, but it's within the same arc. Metal Bat got that treatment. He did take on Raphidian and Senior Centipede. Then he encountered Elder Centipede to then go fight Goro, to actually fight with Goro. So, sure, that fight was to hype it, to show off Metal Bat. I agree. And Goro was just a villain in there. I agree. But the ending is what justifies the entire scenario. The ending is one showing us, if I were to agree with you, that yes, this was a fight to show off Metal Bat, with also inserting Goro so he can get development as well. It's taking out two birds with one stone. You're hyping up this one guy, and because this other guy is established and well known, you can clearly see what you're trying to depict for the other guy. Because I know that he can fight, because I know that he can stay alive, because I just saw this guy bust heroes' asses. I know that this other guy who's new here is in trouble. But hold up now, bruh. He can't be in trouble, because I just read consecutive chapters where he out there buying niggas, bro. Straight tight, bro. Metal Bat that dang, bro. And now Goro walk up. The Goro versus Metal Bat fight was iconic. It set the tone for the beginning of the Monster Invasion arc, and the rest of the arc just followed in tow. That shit was raw, bro. Everything else escalated to points of greatness until we got the culmination of the EC versus Bang Bomb and Genos fight. That shit was spectacular, bro. The way that he crafted the Monster Association arc in general, the invasion, the machinations from Gero, hiding Orochi in the back, confusing us as to which one was truly the leader and in control of what was going on. Like, he's done a really, really, really good job of this stuff, bro. He's done a really, really, really good job. And that was the flagpole, bro. Like, that started it off. That's the first gunshot, bro. Goro versus fucking... So to go full circle, he's back now. Darkshine was able to show... He got a presentation too. I guess he got that same treatment. And did I just mention that same saga or whatever as Metal Bat got? But his ended in a similar way. Now Goro is even more established at a new level. We saw him encounter Rover. We saw him encounter Orochi. Things have changed. This is not the same Goro. Old boy's coming out the hospital right now. He's coming out early too. He snuck out after a tough ass fight. He's a tank, but he was injured. So we know that he can be vulnerable. To be honest with you 100%, both because of the story narrative reasons and because of the fight that I just saw, I'm going to lean towards Goro winning that fight. But if I were to just use the information that we just seen, the fight that we just seen, because I don't like to use story context. And I mean by story context, I mean that, like, this guy's obviously the main villain, and he's going to encounter several obstacles along the way to grow, as he has been through the entire storyline, in order to get to that final obstacle, which is Cape Baldi. So, what? Goro versus Tenkan Master wasn't a flagpole? Fuck out of here, Whale Fox. Fuck out of here, Whale Fox. Hell nah, bruh. Hell, that wasn't like he held back up against Tank Top, bit, and then when he decided to turn it on, he bodied down. Bro, that wasn't like a flagpole, bro. Like, it started the hero hunt. Besides the whole association meeting thing where shit's called in other criminals or whatever, we could say, well, the hunt started there. Fine, officially it started there. I can agree. I'm talking about when he went in to do that thing, bro. When he went in to do that thing, bro. Yo, like I was saying though. Old boy coming from the hospital, bro. He's injured. And from what I just seen from Goro up against Darkshine, ain't no games, man. Bro, reread the fight, bro. Goro was in there, bro, dropping them cannons, right, bro? He had a whole flurry out there, bro. Just gatling this shit. Bro, just doing that. Damn, bro, this nigga. Hey, shut up, bro. Damn, bro, like... He started doing that bang to niggas fast as hell, bro. And then he flowed into the Dragon Fist. That's godly, bro. That's a combo, bro. And when he was up against Metal Bat, he didn't need combos like that. He was doing other shit, bro. He was using that water stream effectively, bro. Efficiently, bro. He was out there just, come here, bro. Right? Yo, this fight would have been that thing, bro. If they get the re, and it's a re, it's gonna be that thing. If they get the rematch, and it's a real rematch, not no like 2-page, a few panels, Scudder, Flory, where they clash and they get away from her like this fucking One Piece shit. No, if they get a fight, bitch. That shit wanna be a fight, bitch. Yo, that nigga's raw, bro. Metal Bat finna be in there. Come here, bro. Come here. Oh, that's a curveball. That's send that nigga Goro head flying, bro. Bro, I've been told y'all, bro. Goro a tank, bro. Goro a tank, bro. Yo, hold on 1 second. My dog at the door, bro. Dang, bro. My fault. The nigga was tripping, bro. All right, but bruh, if them niggas really paid, bro. If them niggas really paid, yo, they need the Phoenix treatment, boy. That's gonna be the most one-sided shit ever. Hey, fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here, bro. The creditlessness, bro. I would love to see Metal Bat 1v1 at least a dragon, but I hope he fights Goro again. Big facts, bitch. I didn't. Metal Bat and Geno still Goro, still clap Goro. That was a poll question, bro. And I told y'all, I'll wait till it happens. I'll wait. But if I see Genos and then I see Metal Bat fight somebody else before I fight Garou, I'm already scaling it. That's enough. That's enough. All I'm waiting for is to see current Metal Bat if he's amplified as a hospital, and I'm waiting to see that fucking upgrade, bro. That Genos, bro. That Danger. Genos out there with it, bro. That's what I'm waiting for, bro. That's what I'm waiting for, bro. I can't be here all day, though. I could, though. I really could, though. I really could, though. But as I already told you guys, a reminder, the chapter should be dropping this week. I'm personally expecting it on a Friday, like it usually drops. We might be seeing Murata revert back into his original schedule, a bi-weekly schedule. We're in the danger zone. I think right now, we have the biggest chance of being in danger regards to Murata and One reverting back to a monthly schedule. We're in a lot of danger with that. Not only have we had riots in Japan as well, but here all over the United States, in protests as well. But we also had the pandemic incident that was going on, and they also got affected by that too. They took different methods of dealing with that, but they also got affected by that too. Coincidentally, and thank God, we were not affected detrimentally by that. I know in terms of South Korea, in solo leveling, we're most likely seeing a hiatus because of that. They took really strong measures in South Korea to deal with their pandemic, so they were probably restricted because of those reasons. That's why we haven't seen any solo leveling chapters in a while. That's why I haven't covered it in a while. But hopefully we don't have to revert back to that in terms of One Punch Man and Murata. I don't want to go to a monthly schedule. That's going to be really debilitating and like annoying, but we might even be expecting like large page numbers that goes to that. It's not likely. I'm just telling you that this window right here, if it were to happen, I believe it would happen here. This is where it would happen. In this window of events that's been happening for the past like 6 months now. It would be in this window. Because it hasn't happened yet, I do have hope that it just won't happen. They're going to be able to maintain their work schedule, that they're isolated enough and confident enough to do their job and release their content without having to worry about any like issues government-wise or health-wise. And that's why they've been so diligent in releasing the chapters as of yet. But we can't pretend like this wasn't arguably one of the longest or comparable to some of the longest hiatuses or waits or delays that we've had for chapters. It was. I know a lot of you individuals are feeling really down or like just weird for some reason. It's because you haven't had the chapter in a while. It's because of that. It's been a month at least since we got 131. So with that being said, the light at the end of the tunnel is here, bro. Reinforcements have finally arrived, bro. We about to them My Hero niggas, them fucking One Piece niggas, them fucking Black Clover niggas, they've been all hyped up all month, bro. All month they've been out there talking shit, hyping that thing up, bro. We gotta come back and wrangle them niggas in, bro. Let them know, bro. We got the best fights. What you mean? What you talking about, bro? Come here, bro. Come here. We got the best fights, bro. Yo.